Hello and welcome back to another episode of Internal Rambles. This is your girl, Rachelle. If you're new, welcome, and if you're returning, thank you for tuning back in. Internal Rambles, a lot of different things that I do here. I discuss my life, trending entertainment topics, music, etc. My normal episodes releases every Thursdays, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can reach me at my official website, which is internalramblespodcast.com, but also everywhere that you get your podcast content, which is either at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, but also on YouTube. And I also have bonus content, which could be my reality show recaps, my top fives, etc. I will be starting up reviewing and recapping Married at First Sight late October, early November, recapping Married at First Sight Denver. I don't recap the wedding, so once they get to the honeymoons, that is when I will start recapping those episodes. So let's start this Thursday's episode off the way that I do, which is either with Rachelle's raves, something that I'm excited about, I'm feeling positive about, something that I'm looking forward to, or with Rachelle's rant, something that has upset me, agitated me, gotten on your girl's nerves. And today I have a bit of a rave/rant, I think. So let's get into Rachelle's rave rant for today. Okay, so pretty much the rave rant is I think that, every relationship, whether it's a friendship, it could be, it is what it is. It may not even be someone that you're truly close to. They have their seasons, and even just people that you're just cool with, like not even people that you really are friends with, acquaintances or whoever, people that you may connect with on just every now and then. Somehow they're in your life in some way, but you may just have hold them in a positive regard. And so whenever you do see them, maybe they're a friend of a friend, and so maybe you hang out with them like twice a year, or you're around them twice a year, but you hold them in a positive regard. So you're cool with them just because they cool with your peoples or whatever. But I'm really big on who I let in my space, or who I let into my life, and I'm a very private person. And so just as I've gotten older, especially as I've reached this age, I'm just very big on, when people show you who they are, believe it, because they are showing you. It's not anyone telling you, it's not you being assumptive, like you really have true evidence. And I know that I can be kind of harsh on people, but sometimes it's just certain things where it's like, where people do things and it's like there was no reason for that, or I'm just so observant, and it's almost to an annoying maybe even on a paranoid level. No, but I'm just very observant of things. And so it's like when you do things to me that you really just didn't have to, like there was just no point. And I'm very big on, if you're not for me, you're against me, because I will always help people if I can. And I'm a very kind-natured person, kind-hearted person by nature. So if you just do like grime-tastic things for no reason, that's just like so scary to me, because especially when you didn't have to do it and you do it anyways, it's just like, what else will you do? I don't want to have to feel as though I have to look behind my back and over my shoulder, and you know what I'm saying, when I'm around people. So I'm thankful for God revealing things to me, because now I know I can't deal with you. Especially because when you're not even someone who, like, you're not even really like my friend. Like, it's someone that, like, I'm around every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just for due to life circumstances, like you're a friend of a friend or a friend in the family or whatever. Like, you're just periodically around me for whatever reason. Like, you're not even my friend or you're not even my, like, but for whatever reason, I have to every now and then be around you, and you do something, shady. I'm like, but for what though? So I'm always just, the situation bothered me, and I was just like, wow, like I didn't know you move like that, but now I know, so now I can act accordingly. Because I'm like, you're not even in my life in no way. Like, I don't actually really have to be around you very much at all ever, but now I know the, like, random every now and then times, like, I mean, I'm just gonna be very short and cordial with you, because I don't, like, you don't matter in my life at all. Like, I just have to, due to circumstances, have to be around you every now and then. But, like, I don't know, it's just like human nature is just so interesting and unfortunate. But so, the rant is just, when people do things against you, it's just like, you feel some type of way, and it can be like, oh man, like, why did that person think that was okay to do to me? But then it's just like, the other hand is like, but they really don't matter. Life is still gonna move forward. I'm okay. And now I know it's just like, to have, even though I really don't have interactions with this person, to really don't have interactions with this person. When I do, like, periodically have to be around them. So just be thankful, for clarity. And that's like, yeah, this ain't really like a good person, So that's really like vague, but it's just like, I think for me, it's just, I hate when people like see me and like think they can take my kindness for weakness. And it's like, no, I really don't deal with people, and I'm really not that kind as you may think. I cut people off on, like, with the quickness. So it's just like, you really had to, like, I think it's the scary thing of, like, you really never know. I guess that feeling like you have to be on guard all the time. Like, who wants to live that life? But it's really crazy out here, not to start it off that way, but no, like, live your life, but also be mindful as well. So that was that. Little rant rave, I'm glad for that clarity, but also, like, what's wrong with you? So that's that. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Got a lot of random things. It's been, like, really weird, not even weird, but just, like, interesting, kind of goofy stuff that has been happening in the entertainment world, and I'll talk about a few of them and then move on to some stuff that's been going on with me, and then wrap this episode up. Okay. Alrighty, let's get into today's internal rambles for this Thursday, October 26, 2023. Alrighty. Okay, where do I want to start for today? Okay, so this debate has been going on for a while on the internet, on Al Gore's internet. And Jay-Z finally sat down and answered it. Actually, I think he has answered this before, but he's given a little bit more context and information about it. So, Jay-Z, there's been this question: would you take dinner with Jay-Z or $500,000? And I would take the money, personally, but people wanted to know what Jay-Z's thought of what the better deal was. I would take the money because what Jay-Z gonna say to me? I love Jay-Z. I'm a big fan, but let me get that cash though. But Jay-Z, and I didn't watch the interview. It was an interview with Gayle King for I think CBS Morning, and he said, take the money. He's like, what am I gonna say to you? He's like, the answer is in the music. I gave y'all the blueprint of how to be successful, how to, make money, how to be a good business person, man, woman, businessman, businesswoman. What's the dinner gonna do? Take the money and go make some money. And I can understand it, because honestly, this is a way, and I did not watch the interview. I only watched that clip of him saying, take the money, the answer, the blueprint. Literally, he has an album called The Blueprint. The answers is in my music. I've given y'all the blueprint. Just piece it together in the songs. He said, everything that I said I was going to do, I did. The answer is in the lyrics of how to be successful, how to hustle, and, do what it do. But this is why when Jay-Z when Jay-Z, there's no guarantee he gonna be there at dinner to eat. There's no guarantee just because you said you was gonna take a dinner with Jay-Z, he gonna even give you what you know what I'm saying? Because that man gonna want to eat. He gonna want to eat. I don't know what Jay-Z eats, but he gonna want his filet mignon or his lobster and scrimps. Or is he vegetarian? I doubt I don't know what he is. He gonna want to eat and drink and be married. He may not even feel like doing all that talking. You know what I'm saying? So who's to say whatever it is that you feel that you need, you will even get? Now, he may drop a few nuggets, but if he's with Ty and whoever, if Pharrell is there, whoever's at the dinner, you may not get what you want, because that man is going to want to eat. And who knows what it is that may spark that business idea for you, or what even level of entrepreneurship you are. You know what I'm saying? You may not get what you want at that meal. Take the money and do what you need to do. Get around people that really can inspire. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may not get what you want at that dinner. Take the money. So yeah, I agree. You better go and flip that 500,000. Because at the end of the day, when are you just getting 500,000 with no strings attached? Also, unless your family are buku rich. So go ahead and take that 500K. You heard it from Jay-Z. And stop asking him that question. Jay-Z actually, I heard, don't really like that question. I think he respects Gayle to answer it, but he don't like being asked that question. So y'all stop. He didn't answer it. Y'all leave that man alone about that darn question. Moving along. Tyrese's, are they officially divorced? Or are they're going through the proceedings, I think. Let me check and see. No, I think they're officially divorced. We're gonna call them. I don't know for sure, because one place it says that they're filed, and the other place it says it's his ex. I don't know. We'll call them divorced. She went on an interview and she basically says that she regrets filing for divorce from Tyrese, that she was just super emotional. I'm emotional and I can't let you go. Okay, sorry. Shout out Carl Thomas. I got a song for everything, I will tell you that. And if you listen to Internal Rambles, you're going to be subject to my singing. Anywho, and that she was not, she was so overcome with, emotions and anger. I don't know. I didn't listen to the interview. I just, fully, I just saw snippets. I don't know what she was angry about, but anyways. But she was just so overcome with emotion, and she was just so angry. So she filed for divorce, and that she had all these people in her ear, and had she just took the time to take a breath and think it out, that she would never have either filed for divorce or went through with the divorce, and that she had like friends in her ear that weren't really supportive of either marriage in general or her particular marriage to Tyrese, and that her divorce lawyer was just kind of moving forward with the divorce versus maybe encouraging her to kind of slow down And she's like, well, it was a divorce lawyer, not to slight him, but that's kind of what he does. Like, he's for divorces. So Tyrese went on a rant. I didn't listen to the rant because I was like, not another Tyrese rant. I'm not listening to. I love Tyrese, but he just gets on social media and just goes to town. And I was like, not today. But basically, he just says that she's just gaslighting. She's trying to build up her YouTube. She lying. She did all this for money. She married me for money. She divorced me for money. It's for the money, and she's trying to get some more money. So that was the gist of like the 2 seconds I listened to Tyrese. But I bring her up. Her name is Samantha, because for a few things. First of all, like, they say, there's the amendment, or the Constitution says you have a right to a speedy trial. I don't think there's a thing that says you have a right to a speedy divorce. Like, so there is supposed to be, like, you go through, like, when you file for divorce, there's like a period of time where the judge or whoever is like, are you sure you want to go through this? Like, there is a little, I'm not no divorce lawyer, but there is a little bit of time where they kind of make sure you want the divorce, and you got to go through mediation. And then, you don't file for divorce on January 1st, and then it's final on January 4th. You know what I'm saying? So, like, even if she was, like, really, like, oh my God, I can't take this man, it's just, and she was all, like, in her emotions, and there still was, like, a period of time. And as you're going through mediation and you're settling assets and all this stuff, like, there was a period of time where if she wanted to make it work, she could have. And I know, like, whatever they were going through, Tyrese said that he was on the way to, like, try to make it work. And she was like, no, I'm taking the baby and I'm going. So I think there was a period of time where Tyrese was trying to make it work. And she was like, I'm out of here. I'm gone. So that's my point number one. I'm not in these people. I'm just making, like, little, like, general comments, But then also, I think this speaks to just the nature of where we are in regards to divorce, and how it just, our divorce rate for forever has been super high. Every other week we're hearing about celebrity A getting divorced from celebrity B, but it's not just celebrities. It's people that are not celebrities. It just seems as though people are not trying to make marriage work. Like, it's just, divorce is the viable option. Divorce is we gonna make it work for 2 days. Try to make it work for 2 days. Okay, divorce. Like, I'm being facetious and I'm exaggerating, but if she truly is being genuine, this highlights kind of what's going on. This heightened emotions. I can't take it. You know what? Divorce. 6 months later, maybe I could have made it work. Maybe we could have been in therapy, because she said there was a marital therapist involved. Maybe we could have been in therapy a little bit longer. Maybe I could have kept the outside noise out for, maybe I shouldn't have maybe my second remedy could have not been divorce lawyer, kind of. So I guess it just kind of maybe highlighted what maybe potentially is the issue of why divorce is so high. It's just like, that's the viable option when it's rough for a little too long, which may be like day 5, and I'm exaggerating, but so I just thought that was just interesting. I don't know what's going on with them, but she says she has regret, and I don't know her not to. Maybe she's just lying for the YouTube camera. I don't know the chick, like that, but if she's being genuine, hey, I don't know, but Tyrese says she's lying, but who knows? he is probably still having bitter feelings that she did, decide to divorce him. So, but that's that on that. So I have a question for these wax museums, and they're different companies, I think. So the one wax museum did the what do they call them? Are they mannequins? I don't know what they're called. Wax figures of so Madame Tussauds did one for Travis Barker, and it looked just like him. It's like spitting image, and he is, a Caucasian man, and it looks great. But a wax museum in Paris did one of The Rock, who is, what is Rock's ethnicity? Is he Hawaiian? I'm not sure what he is. And a wax museum in Hollywood did one of Lil Wayne, and they do not look like The Rock or Lil Wayne. They do not look lifelike and similar enough. And I'm like, why? What's the issue here? That, I mean, different companies, but it's still, wax figures. Like, what's the prop? What's the, huh? Why? I don't get why, I get it's different companies, but I'm just saying they were able, wax figure. I don't know what goes into, but it's not just about the skin color, like the literal, like, facial features don't look like The Rock, or The Rock looks more Anglo-Saxon, or I don't know, Caucasian, and Lil Wayne just looks, I don't know who he looked like. It don't look like Lil Wayne. So I just wonder, like, why is there such discrepancies with, like, melanated individuals versus non? This is a question. Moving on. I don't know if I won't get an answer, but I'm moving on. Did I mention this? Oh, I meant to mention this in Internal Rambles. So it has been confirmed, because I think there was like weird, like, what's going on with Jenny Mai and Young Jeezy. Young Jeezy did release a statement because he had still been wearing his wedding ring, and he did confirm that he did file for divorce. He is separating and divorcing Jenny Mai. We don't know what happened. He's released a book. She's promoting a show. They have a child. We don't know what happened. They are divorcing. That's all we have right now. Okay. But I think it was confusing because, not much had been said, and he had still been wearing his wedding ring. So we're like, well, are you guys trying to make it work? And maybe they were, which we were hoping, But he released a statement that he was like, nah, we divorce and respect our privacy. And you know how that goes. Speaking of, people divorcing. But in happier music news, in regards to artists, Brandy announced, the songstress herself, people call her the vocal Bible, has announced that she is releasing a Christmas album, and that is going to be released on November 10th, so not too far away. And at first I was like, child, we don't want no Christmas album. But then I was like, you know what? First of all, some people really love holiday music. I'm not really a huge fan of holiday music, but I love Snowflakes by Toni Braxton. I play it pretty much almost every Christmas time. And some people love that music, and I think also people love Brandy and anything that she will release, and I'm one of them. Like, any music that she's willing to give us, I will take it. So, and I'm really interested to hear what her take on a Christmas album will be. So November 10th, Christmas album by Brandy. Let me see, did she give a name for it? It's going to be called, well, pretty straightforward, Christmas with Brandy. Hey, I'm all for it. So be on the lookout for that, and shout out to Brandy. and glad that she's releasing music, because I guess we really haven't known what she's been doing. I know that she's supposed to be working on a movie, I thought, but she's been so kind of low-key and in the background that no one really knew what was going on. But she was working on an album, that's for sure, because it's being released next month. So be on the lookout for that, and be sure to cop that Christmas album of Brander. And then the queen of hip-hop soul, Miss Mary J. Blige, announced that she will be releasing a new single tomorrow on October 27th. It's called Still Believe in Love, featuring Vado. So make sure you check that out on October 27th, Friday. Make sure you stream it, you play it, and put on your playlist, because I'm sure it's going to be fire. Excited about that. That came out of nowhere. So, yes, Mary's releasing a new single on Friday. Okay, alrighty. And I think that's it for entertainment stuff. If not, I'll I'll double back and go back to it. But let's get into, well, I'm going to be talking about entertainment stuff, but more so just in regards to me, and what I've been watching and my thoughts on it and all that good jazz and some life stuff. And then that'll be it for today. Okay. So I have been mentioning that I'm kind of in this thing, and it happens periodically, where I just want to binge watch shows, new and old. And I love Peaky Blinders. Okay, did y'all watch that show? And I had not watched the series finale, season 6. And I did not want to watch it because of a few things. I was scared that the lead character was going to get killed. I knew it was going to be a hot mess. Not that it was going to be bad. I just knew it was going to be all type of stuff I was not ready for. And I was just sad it was ending. And it was a lot. I had started watching it last year, and I was like, you know what? Nope. But I finally sat down and watched it. And this really isn't spoiler alert. Like, the show ended last year, I think. Pretty sure it was 2022. But if you haven't watched it, I guess it is spoiler alert. I'm not really going to say what happened, but specifics. But season 6, the last season of Peaky Blinders, was it's always traumatic, tragic stuff. There's a lot of always killing and shooting and slashing and bombing, and that's just the nature of the show. But that was the saddest darn season. I was just like, oh my gosh. And I was when a show is ending and it's ending, you always get scared of, don't y'all mess up my show? Because there's definitely been shows that end, and whether you watch it or not, you either, you experience it, or you hear about shows that end and you be like, I don't like that end, or you hear that people be like, I didn't like the way that show ended. But thankfully, the show ended in a really good way. Even though the season 6 was just the saddest thing ever in god darn life, I am satisfied with the way it ended. And Peaky Blinders, there's so much symbolism in that show. I definitely had to Google a few things, because I was like, I know this means something, and when I Googled it, it was like, yep, that meant something, I knew it. And so it's very interesting. I'm a very huge Cillian Murphy fan, and whenever because he's still a very active actor, and when he be promoting movies, people always ask him about, are there going to be anything else with Peaky Blinders? And he's always very well, I would love to, do more. And it's really weird, because he says one thing in his interviews, but then when you read, you hear other things. So I don't know. he says he would love to like do more seasons, you know, down the line. But then supposedly there's supposed to be like a Peaky Blinders movie at some point in life. So it's like, are they gonna do more shows? You know, are they gonna like revamp it, you know, and bring it back? Or is there gonna be a movie? Like, he never mentions a movie, I think. I don't even know. But then earlier in the show's life, they said that they were gonna do a spinoff with one of the characters, but that character is now no longer is dead in the show. So I'm like, well, that's not gonna happen. I mean, well, you know, stranger things have occurred. But yeah, it was really good. I mean, the show, the thing about Peaky Blinders, they don't be having a lot of episodes. They pack a lot of punch in like 6 episodes. But yeah, it was, oh man, what a great show Peaky Blinders was. I would love if they do more seasons. I'm good with a movie. I mean, honestly, a movie, they could do that like periodically every few years. That would be awesome. But yeah, it was good. So if you've never watched Peaky Blinders, I recommend it. It's very graphic. But it's you know, those I'm telling you, BBC, they make some great shows. I've definitely enjoyed a few of their shows. And if you have not watched the last season, I recommend, because I finally watched it. But now I'm just like, there's definitely a few shows that that have ended that I didn't watch the last season for a few reasons. Because once you know a show is ending, it's like, oh no, I just don't want them to ruin the show and because they had a horrible ending. I'm really like bad with that. So I don't know what I'm binge watching yet. Yeah, actually, I do have a little bit of an idea because it's a show that I didn't watch the last season of. But yeah, so that's that. And then I have started watching the spin-off show of Ready to Love and Ready to Move. I'm not reviewing or recapping it. My thoughts on it is if you liked Ready to Love, I think you wouldn't mind Ready to Move. I think there's some aspects of the rules of the show that I'm like, I don't know, but it's too early to give a judgment on it. I think the majority of the ladies are okay. There's definitely one I'm just like, you got on my nerves because all 4 of the women, there's 4, right? I think there's 4. We're on previous Ready to Love seasons. 3 out of 4 women, I don't mind. One of them, I'm just like, I didn't really care for you previously. And I feel like I almost don't care for her even more now, because I feel like, so you just ain't gonna have no growth? Not growth. Even though she says like, oh, I really have worked on myself. I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to see it. I don't know. So, but it's not bad. I think you would so far. And it's only been episode 2. So I don't know. But I think one of the women is like, she's so rigid. I'm like, girl, you ain't never gonna get a man and keep that man. You gotta let up, honey. You ain't never gonna be happy. So I don't know. It's only been 2 episodes. It's not bad though. That's it. That's all I can say. It's not bad. I had something to say about something. I don't even know what it was. Internal rambles comes with me losing my train of thought. But it's not bad. It's not bad. Yes. This is what I wanted to say. Love and Marriage Huntsville. I don't know at what point, and I have not been watching the show. Every time I try to get into it, I stop. And then I've been watching little clips on YouTube. I'm not sure at what point Love and Marriage Huntsville became Love and Hip Hop Huntsville, but it's quite disappointing. I don't even know. I think I was gonna go another way, but I'm just like, y'all just gonna act a plum fool every other episode, huh? Like, when did they become ratchet TV borderline? Well, the one clip I saw, the cousin Kiki who don't need to be in the show. They only have her in the show because they know she gonna cut up. Threw a drink in Tisha's face. Where they do that at? Y'all are nurses, entrepreneurs. Y'all build buildings. The one guy's a lawyer. Y'all throwing drinks in each other's faces. Y'all are developers. Y'all not, Quisha from around the way. I don't know where I got the name Quisha, but that's where we are. It's so ridiculous. Like, okay. That's it for my quick little what I've been watching. I think I mentioned, I don't know what I've been talking about, but I think I mentioned that I wanted to read Kerry Washington's book. I did purchase it. I have not started reading it, so we will see. I was like, I want to buy it. I'm still trying to get through TD Jakes' latest book. It has nothing to do with the book and everything with me being a slow reader and not making the time to read. So, and I not hate, but I've always said that I'm not going to read 2 books at one time. Just focus on the one and but I don't know, I may have to let go of that rule because I really want to read this memoir. So we'll see, but I did purchase it, so I do have it to read. Kerry Washington's memoir. What else is going on? I mentioned that I was going to start, and I hate that word journey. I think it's overused. It's not really a journey, but I am going natural, my hair, and I will start that process next month. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm excited about, so I had my last relaxer in September. So yeah, no more relaxers. We'll start the whole truly process of transitioning to natural, transitioning my hair to natural hair next month. So yeah, excited about that. Excited about just trying new hairstyles and adjusting and learning how to have natural hair. And I'm not going to talk too much about it, really, because I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, I'm excited about that. Okay. But I will talk about, I have always wanted to get my hair braided, so like that. Whenever I got my hair braided when I was younger, it was always just my hair. I've never done the different styles you can do and adding and weave and stuff. And there's so many hairstyles I want to do, but I'm I'm impatient, and I'm tender-headed. So I don't know, but I definitely want to try different looks and stuff. So we'll see how that goes. But I did want to talk about, I was listening to TD Jakes, who I love. Like I said, I'm reading him, and I like to watch him. I like to watch Bishop preach, and I had stopped doing that for a really long time, totally for no reason other than just not taking the time to listen to him and watch him. There's no reason to it. And he said something that I was like, wait a minute, Bishop, I gotta write this down, right? He can hear me. I just had to pause and just and it resonated. And I don't even know if I can even, I'm not really good at sometimes articulating stuff, especially when it resonates and there's an emotional aspect to it for me. But he said something that was so profound, really resonated with me, and I think it's something that I've struggled with throughout my life. And so I don't know how well I'm gonna be able to talk about it, but in his sermon, he said that this is internal rambles. There's no good transitions here. I'm just talking about what I've been kind of doing and thinking about, and kind of where I am. So this is it. Okay, that's a transition. Okay. So he said, resting in what God has done is often more difficult than receiving what God has done. And he was just saying, like you can receive it. Like I know God did this for me. But then just like resting in it is so much more difficult because that negative self-talk and I've talked about like just like me trying to challenge like my pessimistic, my tendency to be pessimistic and just like thinking like, things are going to go away or something bad's going to happen or like, just like being okay with like, no, this is great. Like, this really happened. And, inhale, like being able to exhale, like, oh man, I finally reached this goal. And like this is like, I finally reached this, like, just like be still, like being able to just be like, my mind races all the time. Like, just be still. Like, it's okay. Like you reached that and that was for you. And that's okay. And you got that because you deserved it. Like, not like nobody handed that to you. Like, you worked for that. And it's just so hard to just rest and like, oh no, God gave that to you. But then you get so antsy about you're bouncing out like, oh my gosh, like what's going to happen next? Oh, but what's that person saying? Oh, girl, just take a chill pill and just like have peace in it and sit in it. And it's okay. And it was for you. And it happened because it was for you. Like, it's just so challenging to just like exhale and just be like, and be still. And that is very challenging. And it's like, sometimes just waiting for that other shoe to drop but the shoe doesn't drop because there's no shoe to drop. And that just, and it's a lot more that he said in that. But I just think that, and just like people in like, I know that people like, well, how did she get that? And I have had people say, look, well, who do you know over? I don't know nobody over there. Oh, well, did you interview for that? Or were you, yeah, a couple of times it's just like, you hear that and it's like, why didn't you think that I got that on my own? Like 2 feet. No one hands these things to me. I've never been that one, but also what's meant for me is always going to be for me, that no man, can get in the way of, because if man closes that door, best believe God will open that window. And so just, that's always just kind of like, just be still, just be, you're okay, and it's just like, the voices, the negative stuff, like, no, you're all right, you're okay. And just being able to ground myself. And I was like, yep. And I wrote that down, and I'll place that, just that reminder of like, I know what God has put in my life, but it's just being able to rest in it, like, and have peace within myself. That can sometimes be the challenge. And that's why I have to always, not always, but at times, just practice, just like inhale, exhale, and just like be still, and have those grounding techniques to just like, you're all right. Like, not everything has to be, you're not walking in the storm all the time. And you did achieve that. And that's why I say celebrate those successes, whether it's microscopic or monumental, because at the end of the day, success is success, because if you're always just looking at, oh, I achieved the big success, and then you're like looking for and you're not looking at the little successes, and then when you haven't achieved a big success, but you're like, man, and then you didn't realize, but you achieved all these little ones, and you're not going to be able to feel that positive because you're just like, man, I didn't do this, but you did all these other things. That's also how you just keep like that negative energy, because you're not looking at all these other things that you did because you didn't achieve that big thing yet. So that was that. I hope that makes sense. That resonated with me. That's kind of where my brain has been at. Just like, girl, you're good. You're all right. You're all right. Be still. Rest in what you've been able to do, receive it and rest in it. And then, you know what you got to do, and what you're looking forward to and what you're planning when it's time to make that next movement. But also just, you've been moving, you've been doing a lot. Like, give yourself some grace. And I always say that as well. So if you're always going, at what time do you get to rest? That's also how burnout happens, So that is that. That is this episode for today. Let's get into what I do on Thursdays at the end of the episode, and that is songs of the podcast. I'm going to do a few because Monica's birthday was this week. Miss Thang. So it's always challenging when you have these artists that have been out for forever and you love them. I'm going to give you a couple of favorite songs of Monica since it is her 43rd birthday this week. Okay. This is just the two songs that I'm picking. I'm not going to say that these are my all-time favorite songs. I feel like that wouldn't be true. But it's Until It's Gone. One thing that I know for sure, you gon' miss me when I'm gone. And Now I'm Gone. This may be a theme, I don't know, from her first debut album, Miss Thang. So Now I'm Gone and Until It's Gone. I don't know. And I'm gonna give another song of the podcast too. Let me find that one for you. So Meek Mill and Ricky Rose are releasing a joint album next month, and they released a new single last week, and it's called Lyrical Easy. It is so dope. So that is the third song of the podcast, Lyrical Easy, from Rick Ross and Meek Mill. And I didn't mention this, but songs of the podcast are songs that are in heavy rotation. They could be new songs, they could be oldies but goodies. They are songs that you should definitely put in your playlist and also have on heavy rotation as well. Okay, thank you for tuning in. I really truly appreciate it. Subscribe to me wherever you get your podcast content so that you get my episodes immediately. You can hit me up at my official website, internalramblespodcast.com. On the contact page, you can leave me a question that you may want to have answered on a future podcast. It could be something you want me to answer. It could be a relationship question. It could be something that is going on in the entertainment world you want my thoughts on. You can also leave me a voicemail as well. Would really truly love to hear from you. Listen, take care of yourselves. You matter. Self-care is very important. And until next episode, this is your girl, Rachelle.